Hello there, whenever you're watching this. Um, this is going to be the fan pack video, how to. So let me dive right into it. What are fan packs? Fan packs are something you get from a company, museum, college, pro team, you name it. That includes stickers, magnets, key rings, um, t-shirts, spam sticks from the game, you name it. What are some weird things I get? Well, here, let me do this more here. Who sends them? Marketing departments, uh, coaches, colleges, uh, customer service. Let's see. Who, what, where? Through the mail. Requests are sent via email. I hardly ever hear of anybody sending letters. The only one really you can send letters to are pro teams. Everybody else, it just goes into the Netherland because you don't know what department handles what. Let's see, that's who, what, this, how you send an email request and you get the fan pack in the mail if you're lucky. Now, let me go on into. Now you get the basics. Uh, who? I said who do you get them from? But ideas, you get the colleges. You can send their admissions office to get a generic fan pack. Marketing, you can get a fan pack by whatever you say. You might say you like basketball. You get a lot of basketball stuff in the fan pack. The last one is coaches. If you email every NCAA site has a staff directory. You can send to athletic director. You can send to his assistant. You can send to the coach's assistant, or generic people. You can try the ticket office. You can try the marketing people. You can try basically any name on that list. The marketing, if there several NCAA websites are handled by the same company, Learfield. If you send to Learfield, chances are 90% chance they're going to say, no, we don't have it, or just not hear a response. The fan packs, they sound great. You get basically free stuff through the mail. But in order to get that free stuff, you may have to send 100 requests to get 20 responses, or worse. You constantly get things turned down to you. You may, oh shoot, what am I trying to say? You may get fantastic responses, you may get no responses. It's all luck of the draw. Now there's at least 4 or 5 groups on Facebook I belong to that do fan packs. Some are small groups, very small groups, that someone may have started who does fan packing is trying to get other people involved, and they may not advertise it or anything, so they may only have 4 or 5 people in the group. There is one, I hate to say it because I run the group, main group called Fan Packs Collectors Community, I believe is the full name. It was started by a fan packer a long time ago, years ago. He made me co-administrator, and he's not been around much lately. So I basically run the group. In there, we post our successes. We post any failure notices we got. Some people put, I got a response from XYZ school, and they say they're no longer giving out fan packs. So it's all stuff to guide us. The responses. Emails are always the way to go, basically. You'll either get a response that we're sending you something, awesome response, a response that we no longer do fan packs, a response, here's a link to our digital fan pack, which personally I don't like. Um, or, where's what I was think of? But anyway, those are main responses. Uh, we don't send them. Let's work on that one. Several schools, other places, but we don't send a fan pack. I always tell people you're at the mercy of who reads your email. Because Joe may read your email. Joe may be brand new, 2 weeks on the job. Says, fan pack, I've never heard of that. Sends you back a response. We don't do that. Well, Jenny opens your email. She's been there 3 years. She knows exactly what a fan pack is. And she might message you back, hey, no problem. Something's coming your way. Or she may not message you at all, but you get the fan pack. So it's really luck of the draw. Personal experiences, I've gotten a huge fan pack from a company where someone posted they got turned down. There's nothing responded to them. A lot of it has to do with your request. Not going to name names here, but oh man, there are some people they have a great response rate. I don't know what they put in their email because I don't ask. I may ask, not publicly, in my private message them and say, hey, where'd you send this? Where'd you request this? I don't do that for, hey, give me your name. Give me the name you emailed. Or the email you used. I just, like, for example, a college. I want to know if it was admissions, if it was the coach, if it was whoever. 9 out of 10 people will not give this information, to be honest with you. Because they may have done the work. You'll see a lot of the hashtag do the work. That means they search for that email. It may not have been on the website of who they sent to. They might have done a Google search, which is a wealth of information for you. Put in Google, marketing, I want marketing department of XYZ school. You may get an email that's not on the website. And you may send direct to them. Other people use the method of shotgun method. You shoot a whole bunch of emails and hopefully one comes back. So I know people who take college list and send every coach on that list. And they may get luck with that, they may not get luck with that. Personally, it depends on who I'm going after. I do lots of different methods. Request letter. Forgot when I was starting this. You might send a request, say, hey, my family likes hearing fan packs. But if you send a letter, send a fan pack. Or that's it. That's the whole thing. Or, hi, send a fan pack, David. Another thing, which is a big no and will get you blackballed in the industry, to be honest, is send a request. And for example, my videos, I was watching Brian's YouTube and he got this. Send it to me. That is bad. That is not the way to fan pack. A gentleman, I'll use an example, years ago, when I was just fairly new, starting the group back then, he got an incredible response. And it was from a specific singer. And he posted a picture of it. It had a stuffed animal or figure of the singer. The singer made something, so he included that. I'm being as vague as possible, just so you know. A CD, which was signed. I forgot what else. He got like 6 or 7 things. Instantly, people started messaging this person saying, hey, I want a fan pick. Hey, I want a fan pick. To be quite honest, I did it too. But I didn't do I said, hey, I knew who it was. I knew the singer. I listened to the music he made. Well, it's a he. Narrows it down to like 3,000 people. Um, and I sent a nice long request. I didn't get anything. And the reason I didn't get anything is he got burned out instantly. Like I started to say, when the guy posted pictures, a bunch of people sent requests. Some of those people used the logic or method of, hey, I was looking at my fan pack group and I saw such got this cool fan pack from you. Please send me the same thing. Needless to say, the singer's going to be, no. I'd have to imagine the original request letter from that person was very thoughtful, very caring. He listened to his music, so he probably praised some of his music. But anyway, the singer went a step further. He emailed the original person and said, did you post what I sent you on social media? If so, take it down. Because I'm getting thousands of requests. And he was disappointed, upset, whatever. He sent me the email, told me what happened, and asked me to advise people not to send a request. And so I did. But that's what you can get from fan packing. Some of the let me just do real quick request responses. You may get something that has nothing to do with the category you're writing to. I sent a response to Noodles and Company. I don't know if they're nationwide, but they're pretty regional, big, whatever, requesting a fan pack. And I just requested general fan pack. I get, a few weeks later, a big box. In the box was, I think they had a Frisbee, a hat or shirt. The one thing sticks out in my head, umbrella. Why would I get an umbrella? I don't know. But that's fan packing. Real nice fan pack. Off a company I would never assume sent stuff. Sent another one to Sonic. At this time, my kids were involved in it with me in fan packing, so I mentioned that. I got back a huge box, and I don't know if I was making videos at that time, but this box was stuffed full of. I got shirts, I got hats, I got toys, I got like a year's worth of the toys they were giving out for their kids' meals, 3 of each. And the mints, you always get, with those of you who have been to a Sonic, they always give you a mint with your food. I got a bag which was like 3 pounds of these mints. So I was very impressed. Now, the opposite side of the spectrum, some places they sell merchandise. They have shirts, hats, whatever, so you might get a response back, hey, thanks, look, glad you like us. Here's a link to our store if you want anything. Another place, another options. Back before the pandemic, we had a huge, you could send a fan pack request to anyone, pretty much, and sometimes you get lucky. Well, during the pandemic, fan packs dried up because of budget. So I was just sending out different requests, and I shot for bigger companies. Didn't do a whole lot of it because I knew most of the requests were no because of the times, or no, we don't have the staff, no, we don't have the money, no, which I understand. Don't get me wrong. But one response, it shook me, to be honest. It was a potato chip company or chip company or snack food, I forgot what. But it was an Instagram response because some responses I do through Instagram, through Facebook, send messages. It was Instagram. And you can't tell how big a company is unless you look it up. unless you know it, like a Frito or some Pepsi company or whatever. You know they're international, a ton of money. But these chip companies, you don't know. Small brands even look huge. So I looked at the guy's Instagram account and looked like something. I was doing snack foods at that time. When I say I'm doing, I mean I'll pick a category and go right down the list and find every company I can for that category. So anyway, sent him the request. And in a way, he's right. I agree with him. But I don't know, so therefore, see, basically, what I'm trying to say is when you send a request, you don't know, I said, how big the company is. You don't know their situation. They could be on the verge of bankruptcy. You don't know that. You just send the request. So if you hit on one of those, you hope you get a response like, no response at all, first of all. Or you get a response like, hey, sorry, we'd love to do it, but we can't afford it. Or we love to do it, we don't have anything. I get that a lot because I do a lot of non-sports. But instead, this guy sent me a flaming response that, we're a small company, we're mom and pop, I mortgaged my house to start this company, and you want free stuff. And I'm like, ooh. So I responded back, I'm sorry, I apologized, have a good day. Basically, so I'm sorry, my fault, done. Nope. He sent me back another response. I'm sitting here at home wondering if my company's going to survive in this pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And a whole big long rant, which I don't feel bad. I mean, I do feel bad for him, but I apologized. I thought it was over, done. So he sent me this other long ranting email, and the thing that got me is he included his family. Because he's like, I'm having breakfast, looking at my Instagrams, and my daughters are sitting right next to me. I mean, I don't remember exactly what it is. But, and I got to think about their future, blah, blah. And I really did feel bad. Because, honestly, I had a company go bankrupt too, just for COVID. So, I was like, oh, man. And then another response came in. Again, belittling me. Well, the thing that made me nervous was this was a small company. I did the research, of course, then. So it's a small company, but it was in the Chicago area, which I am. So now I'm getting nervous. This guy, you can read his emails. He's PO'd. Is he going to come by my house? Is he going to threaten me? Is it what? So that's the extreme. You say I blocked him and the story. I think I might have posted in the community and got some reassurance from other collectors that, hey, it happens. Anyway, I blocked him. Responses, some companies are owned by the same company. They may have an umbrella company. You might be able to tell that if you look at their websites. They look very similar. Well, gee, those two must be related. So you either do one or you do none. I've done that before. Back in the days learning, I just sent out. I didn't care who it was. Request sent out. Needless to say, my request letter, I used to, for each category I'm sending out to. So all the hotels got the same category, they got the same letter. I would copy and paste. Great. Maybe change a couple words. So I did that. 2 companies emailed me back because it was one marketing department that handled them and said, gee, you sent a request for this to this company. And then a few minutes later, I see another email for a sister company. And they said they're identical. So, embarrassed. Mea culpa. So, um, when I started this, I was going to be organized and get this in one little, but I'm obviously jumping all over. Request. Let's see. Ideas. There are a million different ideas. The one everybody goes for, it's basically why I say low hanging fruit, especially it used to be, was pro teams. Almost all of them send fan packs of some sort. Uh, let's talk about pro teams for a minute. Certain teams, great, awesome. One example I think of Indianapolis Colts of the NFL. They always send a drawstring bag with I think team photo, keyring, pencil, stickers. Some may change a little, but it's always the same thing in a drawstring bag. Um, San Francisco Giants, I think, or San Diego Padres. Several of the West Coast teams do what they call digital fan packs, no matter what you request. Um, some teams, it's hit or miss. I don't know what it is. Pittsburgh Steelers, Green Bay Packers. When I first wrote them and requested something, I get huge packs. I got boxes, which are you don't know you've done good in your fan packing if you get boxes. So I got boxes. Pittsburgh Steelers sent me a program, a towel, a football. I think, if I remember right, I think mini football, T-shirts. I mean, the box was big. Now I've written to Pittsburgh Steelers since then. Not hiding or hair back from them. So who knows what happened? Maybe a new person in marketing. Maybe they start giving out their stuff. The one team that's almost like clockwork is the Yankees, New York Yankees. It may take a month or two, but you'll get a bobblehead or sweatshirt, a T-shirt, or souvenir bat. You name it, they send it to you. And some of the stuff may be because some bobbleheads they get, they're from 2020 or 2021 or 22 or 18 or they're years. So they have extra stock, which they may have not given out at the game. You always see when you go to your local sports team, certain days they're like, come and get a T-shirt. First 10,000 fans get the T-shirt. Well, for some reason they made more than 10,000 or they didn't have 10,000 fans that day or whatever. So they stick this in what I say is the great supply closet. And when fan pack requests, they go in the supply closet and say, well, we got? We'll get one of those. Send it. Ideas, that's right. That's what we're on. Ideas. College teams, pro teams, museums. I get several great fan packs from museums. Presidential libraries. I did all presidential libraries and got some stuff. Some I got just a brochure. Some I got the Nixon Library sent me 3 or 4 books on Nixon. A couple different ones sent me books on the presidential libraries. Someone did a book on all libraries, and I got 2 copies from different libraries. They might send sort of stuff. So, let's see, libraries, museums, souvenir places. Like a lot of times, I'll go to a website or actually write to CVB, and they'll send you their packet, with brochures from some places and their directory. And directory's a wealth of places to send. I used to get those directories and just go through them and keyboard warrior. And granted, some I didn't get anything from. Some I get very little, and some I get like one rock candy place in the Smoky Mountains somewhere. I think it was Gatlinburg or something. Thing too. They sent me 4 pounds of rock candy, different kinds of rock candy. Great. I've gotten a ton of food stuff from those places. Um, I've gotten fudge in the mail. I've gotten rock candy. I've gotten cupcakes. A cupcake place I wrote to sent me. They sent me a box that you get 4 cupcakes in. You've probably always seen them. And on top of it, they put a lid, and then they put a couple T-shirts, and then boxed everything up and sent it to me. 4 cupcakes. Um, there's all sorts of different places. More ideas. Fishing related, tools related. Um, you'd be surprised the stuff you get. Louisville ladder. I sent that one just before the pandemic. 2 years later, I got a response that, sorry, the pandemic happened and we still have this around. Enjoy. And they sent me a T-shirt, a hat, and some, I think, stickers. Um, some of the past I've seen on videos, public transport places, coffee, a lot of coffee companies send out big fan packs. Um, you can send them out to the beverage companies. The bigger ones, they send out usually stickers. The smaller ones might send you something different. Pizza places. I did pizza places one time all over the country. And I got T-shirts. I got one pizza place in Connecticut or New Hampshire sent me like 5 or 6 different T-shirts. Um, one, actually, I think a couple of companies sent me the fan pack in a pizza box, and they thought it was the coolest thing in the world. What you find a lot of these companies send requests to, if they're small companies, they may never heard of fan packs. So I'll always put a description of what you're looking for. I mean, hats. Hats I request to this still, but things like T-shirts, shirts, the higher ticket items, lack of better terms, they won't send. They not all places have them or send them. So just give them a general sense. Say, currently I use family, and I talk about, well, we enjoy magnets, key rings, stickers, decals, hats, whatever else maybe small you can think of, mention. Colleges, I will send shirt sizes to be honest, because you always wonder if they're sending shirts, what size they'll send. So I've tried different ways. I've analyzed the requests with sizes in them. I've requested, because I always put a line like, if your fan pack includes a shirt, a T-shirt, I wear a 2X. My kids wear this. So chances are, if they do a shirt, they'll send you the right size. If they don't have a shirt, well. But what I found is better is don't request the size. Hope the luck of the draw gets it. So those, then you get whatever. Let's see what else. Sorry, I'm trying to think of. Make sure I cover everything. Emails. Like I said, the NCAA has their list by team. The others you might just put in a Google search that says San Francisco Giants marketing email address. And once in a while you get lucky. Sometimes you don't. I'll give you some tips where I find addresses. First, let me say that private companies, they almost always have a contact us on their website. And if you contact them, they'll usually forward it to the correct person. Excuse me. They'll almost always forward it. Tips for finding email addresses. Google, like I said, put the Google Buffalo Bills email address of marketing, something like that. Go down through results. Don't go to second page too. Got some of my eyes itching. What I used to do is search. One of the searches usually I'll find is they'll list it from the press guide. So they may not be on the website. You might not get the company, the Buffalo Bills marketing person, but they might have a part in there on the press guide. In the press guide, it might have all the staff's email, including the marketing person. So then you start sending off. Now, I'll give you a warning along with a tip or another tip. Don't send it to all of them at once. Some people do all at once, like the coaches at the colleges. Some do it all at once. They have great luck with it. Some do. Some don't have great luck with it. I always think of like, gee, what do these coaches go through in their normal day? Does Fred see Sam and say, hey, I got this weird email request for a fan pack? Sam goes, hey, wait, I think I got one of those too. Done. Because they both at that point go, forget it, we're not sending this guy, he's getting all of us. I'll do two or three addresses on a college website that may not be related. I'll send it to, depending on what size college or anything, I might send it to the athletic director, because I figure he's got the best chance of having everything. And then I might send it to a couple particular coaches who don't work together, like a basketball coach and an equestrian coach. Chances of them hanging out together, slim to nil. I started something with that. Oh, marketing. Don't send all marketing people. Because unfortunately, I screwed up big time. I used to send it to every marketing address I found, all at once. So, needless to say, they'd all get the emails at once. Well, one time I got an email back from the marketing person. It said, if you want something from the team, send your request to me. Do not bug everybody else. Now, unfortunately, the team that I did this to was the Chicago White Sox, who was my favorite team, besides the Georgia Bulldogs. Also in the email, she said, I'll send something to you. Weeks went by, I got nothing. So I sent her another email. Nice and polite. Said, hey, you mentioned in your last email, she sent me something. I haven't received it. Have you sent it? We'll make sure it wasn't lost in the mail. She says, yeah, I'll send it. And I got a fairly nice fan pack. Then I see online, other people got better fan packs. Now, the jealousy sets in. Even I get jealousy. I tell everybody, don't worry about what everybody else gets. Well, in some cases I do. Especially if the fan packs come like right next to each other. Like, you might get Pittsburgh Pirates. They got a bunch of people got Pittsburgh Pirates recently. Nobody else I've seen so far got t-shirts. I got t-shirts. So, and you got to remember, it's their supply on hand. They're just pulling and putting in boxes, and they don't care. So I responded back to the White Sox again the following year and sent just to her, hey, I would like a fan pack. Blah, blah, blah. I sent you one last year. That was it. So at that point, I realized I burned my bridge. So I've tried a couple times since, have not gotten nothing. I burned my bridge. So you want to try not to do that. Don't burn your bridges. Because there's a fan packer, been doing it a long time. He had regular hookups. And I'm sure he got a million emails, or a million requests, Facebook, whatever, YouTube. Who'd you send to? Who'd you send to? Who'd you send to? Because he used to get a huge box sometimes more than once a year, sometimes twice a year. And him and I were friends, and we still are. And I never ask sources, because I'm a firm believer I can't tell you all not to ask for sources, and then I go do it. So I don't ask. But we got talking one day about fan packs in general sense. Like who do you have better luck with? Is you better luck with the emissions or with this? And he mentioned that one. He said, "Yeah, you got a great fan pack there." I said, "I've seen the videos. They got some nice stuff." And he said, "Yeah, I got one person at the school I go to all the time." And I'm like, "Wow, they sent you up." Another time, he would like clockwork get shirts and hats from one school. And I never did ask him his connection there, but he was sent a request and just worded a little different, and voila. I tried that school 3, 4, 5 times, never got a shirt. So, in fact, I think I recently got one after lots of times of trying. The other times I got fan packs. I got smaller stuff, but never got the big stuff. All right, let me close this out. If you got any questions, leave them for me at the bottom of the this video in the questions, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Let me just go through. Let me say this first. I always say may your mailboxes be full of whatever you collect at the end of my videos, and that's true. I always want everybody to succeed and get whatever they want. But don't be frustrated if you get nothing or if you get something very small. Everything is a fan pack that you request. If they just send you a brochure, like I said earlier, you don't know how much money they make, the company. You don't know if they have a marketing person this stuff out. It may be the owner taking time to send it to you. No matter what you get, you should be happy you get something. My mail carrier's not too happy, but I am. Some of the things you get and the best responses you get are ones you might have sent off as just I'll do them, because you may not expect them to get anything. Oh, another great category, airports. No one would think of doing airports. Airports? What? Airports? What's he talking about? He's nuts. Airports send out a ton of stress toys in shape of planes with their airport on it. They used to, I guess, at one time, had cards, and I should have dug mine out. But you get a set. Not a set. You get cards, and you can put together and make a set. On the front of the card, it had a picture of the airport with the 3-letter for the airport. The airport code that they have travel agents used to use, still do. Like SEA is Seattle. MCO is Orlando, which I took a travel class one time, and we used to do funny initials, like SDF is Louisville. We said Southern Deep Fried. MCO is Mickey. What is it? Oh, Mickey and Company Only. But anyway, so you get these cards, and I started getting them all these airports. I was like, wow, they're the same cards. First couple, I was like, wow, they go the same printer. But then I realized they're a set. I looked up, and there's actually a set of these cards out. So I'm still trying for some. I haven't done airports in a while. But another one you get a lot from airports is the balsa wood airplanes. You put them together like little gliders. I don't know how many airports sent me those. I must have 20, 30 of them. But some sent real nice stuff. Some sent fanny packs, hats, first aid kits. I want to say this was LAX. I'm not sure which airport. It's been too long since I sent them out. Sent books. Little books. One was on black aviators, and the other was on the airport itself, the history of the airport. But they're like little booklets, but the black aviator was not that thick. It was a little 4x6, but it was very interesting. Used to get a ton of college. All the information's been given, I think, in the video, but I'm going to ramble on for a few minutes about things you can get. Racetracks, you can get programs. after the race. Write them and say, hey, I'm a fan of racing. Our favorite driver is blah blah. Do you have a fan pack? You send me anything, and you might even mention, like I said earlier, description of what you're looking for. But a lot of them will send you programs. Same with the college games, college football playoff games, and I send every one, which becomes a little difficult because as you research these, you find out like ESPN puts on like 12 of the playoff games, bowl games. So and it's usually like the same person you can find. So you gotta pick and choose that if you. But from that, I've gotten souvenir tickets, uh, rally towels, press guides. One set me up real good. I got a box. It had both teams' hats, had programs. I forgot what else, but I mean, it was a big box. Racing, I sent to one racetrack, and the lady sent her hat from Victory Lane. And the reason she was in Victory Lane, she's marketing department. It was, she just has a ton of these hats around, and she wants to get rid of them. Basically, she doesn't need them. So she sent this to me. That made my day because the winner of that race was Kevin Harvick, who was my favorite driver. He's last year, retirement year this year. So you may get something like that. You're like, wow, I wasn't expecting this, but I got it. Trucking companies. My greatest fan pack of all time was from trucking company. They're out of business now, unfortunately. But they sent 2 boxes of stuff. The video is on my page somewhere. The umbrellas. I've seen people get jackets. You name it. You get free product all the time from different smaller companies. So you might get free product. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. That's my video and fan packs. I'll probably do follow-up videos because I think of stuff. Maybe I'll do one follow-up video at the end of the series. But in the meantime, enjoy. May your mailboxes be full, and I'll see you next time.